All right. Well, my name is Philip Corte. Um, this is Chantal Jenkins.
I'm Chantal, yes.
Yeah. And we're glad to give you an insight of me being a Ghanaian and get married to an African American.
A Southern Belle, okay? So he's also boy, and I'm Carolina girl.
Yeah, so it's North Carolina. We're glad to share some insights of our relationship, especially since we're coming from different backgrounds.
Really different.
Yes,
Yeah.
and how we've been able to accustom to getting married together and being happy together.
Yeah, so we're gonna do like an interview.
Living in America and marrying an African American woman.
Hey now. Welcome.
The challenges are a lot, but willing to, as long as you're willing to put your energy to it, it's gonna work out. There are a couple of things that I'm excited to talk about this morning. I know you're gonna be intrigued by a lot of difficulties and a lot of changes that I've made, especially marrying an African American woman. It's awesome. It's tough. But at the end of the day, the reward is always.
So I think the best place to start with the questions or some explanation will just be, why did you decide to leave Ghana?
Well, leaving Ghana, the dream was to come to America and live the American dream. Also, coming to explore what the differences are in living in America here, especially since I've lived in Ghana for that long. And since I had my father was living here, so I just wanted to come in and explore the differences of why he's living here and what the culture looks like. Because we've heard so much of America, and you want to know what they do there. We watch everything on TV.
It's true.
So that was the whole idea of coming to explore America and see what it feels like to live here.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, when I came here, actually, I was living with my dad for a while because once you come here, you have no status. You have, you can't work. You don't have no papers or anything of that sort. So you automatically gonna live with someone, and then as time goes on, you're gonna try and find a way. But it's not as easy as it sounds like. The challenges are enormous.
Yeah.
But the way I see it, you have to be willing to learn and open your mind to be able to see the challenges ahead of you and work through them. So the conditions that I made over here was, should I say, kind of shocking. I was shocked coming up here to see all the.
I remember that.
All the. I looked at this.
Oh wait, let me tell them the story. Okay, so when I met my husband, I was already a single mom, and my daughter was at elementary school, and when we moved in together, that's when she started middle school. That's 6th grade. So we went up to the middle school, I guess for some paperwork or something, and I could tell right away that the boy was homeless. I could just tell, like the way he was kept, and it was a white kid at that. And so you expect white children to be kept a certain way. You could tell he was homeless. And he was waiting to be picked up, not by a person, but by some type vibe. So when I said to my husband, I think this guy is homeless, what did you do? What happened?
I was shocked. I was like, oh, no, this is not homeless.
He laughed.
He is not homeless.
Yeah, the
Look
same
at the way
little
he's dressed.
laugh.
He is not. Because he's dressed, I mean, real decent to my look. Me looking at him, he looks way
He wasn't kept though.
well to America. Yes, he's not kept.
And he said to me, "No, you guys don't have homeless. You guys don't have homeless."
This is America. Where is the homeless? They don't have any homeless. I mean, in America, we back in Ghana, we're thinking that America is all so great and everything we see on TV is. I was surprised. I mean, actually, she got mad because I said the wrong thing. But it was later down the line I realized that no, it's not what I was thinking. It was way beyond what I was thinking. But actually, after that, I learned a lot about what the lifestyle is here compared to what I saw with the homeless guy. So anyway, my thoughts since then changed. They changed so much that I had to learn so many things.
It's true. Once you learned enough to get into like working and just finding your life here, what helped you get through? I think maybe it was finding people from Ghana to have like a circle and a network. Because I think for a long time you didn't really have American friends. You have mostly Ghanaian friends.
Yeah, well, coming to America here, there's a lot of things you need to be accustomed with. Especially, you gotta find somebody who can guide you, show you the way. Because from what you think you know, you might be surprised that it's not exactly what you know. It's way different. So me, I was lucky enough to have a couple of friends which I never knew, but I just made friends while I was here, and also through my father living here, he had a couple of friends that I was able to clinch to. They kind of became my friends because who he was. By getting these friends, they kind of walked me through. They told me a whole lot of certain things that you really need to know, and things that you should be doing to get yourself into the system, So that's what I did. I actually had a friend who was a mechanic. He was mostly the one who was giving me the guidance, and I had another friend who was a contractor. He had lived here for a while, and he went through the same difficulties. He deal with his dad, and later finding his food. So he thought, well, he had met somebody else who can he can help, get through the same circumstances that he went through. So that was when I met my wife, Chantal Jenkins, who kind of in a mysterious way. So my first thought was just to go online and find somebody to meet. Luckily enough, I didn't have anybody back home, because the mission was just to come and explore America. So that was the whole idea. But then, but then meeting Chantal Jenkins, that's started.
What was the game? I guess so, because when we got together, when we moved in together, we had to actually start life. And that meant, like, you needed to work, I needed to work. We had to learn how to communicate, understand our differences, try to eat similar. Like, now we eat all the same food, but at that time we didn't eat alike at all. So I guess the game really started. The game really started at that point. So
Like, what are some of the
So
things
maybe
that
you
held
can say, what did you
Yeah,
like?
well,
What did
I
you
mean,
like?
living in America here is,
What are some of
I'll say, a great challenge because back home, as much as I thought we were organized, it wasn't like that at all. Here was more organized, and I mean, the whole society was well organized. I mean, the police, from the judicial system, the court system, even with immigration and everything, everything was so different and well organized. Even the streets, the weather, everything is
the
so.
weather is organized.
Yeah, the weather,
Yeah.
especially living
Because
here.
we have 4 seasons. Yeah.
In North Carolina, the weather is real different. I kind of really enjoyed living in North Carolina because the weather is so nice. But at the same time, everything else was kind of different to me. The differences were especially the food. And we've heard a lot about eating certain types of food in America. So I was always.
He was scared to eat food.
Yeah, I was always.
I don't want it. I don't want it. So
No,
actually, I don't want it. I don't want it.
I'm
And
gonna make
even
my own food.
Ghanaian events, we would go to the Ghanaian events, like let's say like a big wedding or a big funeral. So the thing that is similar is when Ghanaians get together, it's still the same type of event, like the outdoors and everything. But he wouldn't eat the food. He wouldn't eat the food, and I wouldn't eat the food because he wasn't eating the food. Now I just let him be the one not to eat it. I'm gonna have some because it's so good. And so yeah.
Yeah, I was a little skeptical about some of the food, because for me, health was one of the most important things to me in my life. So like I learned, what goes inside you is what kills you. So you want to make sure that you eat the right stuff. So some of the food that she introduced to me was I thought it was a little odd because I haven't seen that kind of food, but I kind of and I wasn't kind of used to tasting everything. I was used to tasting everything when I was in Ghana because I grew up there. But in America here, tasting everything is no. So I kind of.
But you find things you like now. It takes you a long time. But you find things you like things like the salads. You like the macaroni salads.
Those ones I was kind of.
So here's my next question. So after being here 10 years, what would you want people to know about coming here? Like, what would you want them to think about before they come and try to build a life here? Like, what are the biggest differences to you?
There are a couple of things that I want people to know. Coming up here with that thought of, I'm going to live in America. And I think you might have to dissolve that thought before you come here because the differences is way, way, way bigger than what I thought it was. Especially like the challenges. Coming up here, you need to get yourself into the system by getting some paperwork. It was immigration status. That's number one. 2, getting yourself into the system that's working. I mean, I was really, I was kind of enthusiastic about getting myself into a job, but you don't have the paperwork. So how you gonna work? You have all the energy and everything, but without the paperwork. So that's really, really important. And if you're lucky enough to have a family member get you through the paperwork, but if not, then I guess you might have to be able to find somebody to help you out. If that, getting married. So unfortunately, if you have somebody else's, then you are into that problem of, okay, what do I do?
Yeah. And then what else would you want people to know about being here? You said the lifestyle is really different.
The lifestyle is totally different. The way we live back home and the way people live here, you have to do a couple of changes. Actually, the people here are really nice, especially North Carolina, what they call the South. They're really nice. Another thing too is the weather. Have to be accustomed to the weather because living in Ghana is a tropical, country. It's always hot, and here the weather can swing you off, especially when it's winter. You have to be accustomed to it, and also.
But you went through winter in London.
Well, yeah, it's kind of different. The winter in London is way colder than here, but it's kind of another form of adjusting, to the lifestyle, Anyway, so that's another thing that you have to be prepared to experience, when you're coming up here to live.
That's true. So, would you consider going back? Do you think that this is the best place to live the rest of your life? Or do you think that maybe Ghana will be a good place to live later?
Well, the thought is a lot, should I say, I kind of enjoy living here. The lifestyle here is kind of calm. Everything is well organized. The system, the way I look at it is kind of well put, I would say. But it'll be nice to probably go, visit Ghana for some time, maybe stay a little while, but I kind of enjoy living here in America. I know that thought is a little on other people, but for me, even raising my kids here and everything, because I'm from Ghana, I have that kind of cultural background, so I'm able to teach them some of the things that they need to know. Since I was raised by my mom, she taught me a lot, so I'm still in between moving back home. I would like to go visit, probably stay a little bit longer, but I think I feel comfortable living here in America.
So, just to give you a little bit of a background, we are now married 10 years. And as you just heard my husband say, he wants to stay here. And because he wants to stay here, he's already obtained his U.S. citizenship. So, talk about that way. How do you feel about having a citizenship? How long did it take, and what were some of the things that it required of you?
Well, becoming an American is one of the greatest honors that I have really had. Because when I was back home, the whole thought was, I want to become an American. I want to become an American. So it just doesn't happen. You have to go through all the paperwork, especially with filling up the forms, paying for the forms, getting all the necessary stuff. Because once you get married, you're together, and that gives you the opportunity to be able to put in your paperwork so that you can become a citizen. But first, you usually get married, and then you file all your paperwork. So filing your paperwork takes, I'll say, probably 8 to 9 months just to get through,
Get the first call back.
Yeah,
the first interview.
First interview. So after the first interview, then that is if it's approved, which usually it gets approved. I mean, if you're married, it's going to be approved. So you get your 2 years.
But you have the student visa first.
Yeah, well, student visa only holds you to be a student, and after that, you're required to go home. But student visa also gives you a stay for as long as you're a student. So if you don't register for classes within the semester, then you're out of status.
Oh, so they kind of take it. Yeah.
They'll take it away. So Getting married was one of the best choices that I made, you know, and you get through then what?
Yeah, so we went through the first interview, and then it was a big gap there. It was like 5 years before.
Yeah, after the first interview, you get your 2-year citizenship, permanent resident. So that's 2 years.
And then you get a card.
Yeah, then you get a green card, which is for 2 years. So after the 2 years, it takes probably another 3 years for them to see whether you're still married or not, before you get your permanent resident. So the 2 year is still, it's still kind of a shaky thing to have, and you got to be very disciplined because they look at a whole lot of stuff, you don't have to break the law, you have to stick with the rules in the country. And that's one thing too that I really want to talk about. In Ghana, all our rules are a little off. It's like
it's all a little sleight of hand.
Yeah, it's not really intact. Those who are supposed to be keeping order, kind of, it's like I hope it's changed now, but it's a little off. But here, everything is so strict. You break the law, you pay for it. You do it again, you're gonna pay for it again. You do it a third time, then you know where you be heading towards. So those are the things. Those are the things that, especially we Ghanaians who come up here, we have the notion that we can do whatever we want. It's not like that at all. It's not.
No, it's not. You can get in a lot of trouble. You can get in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, because in Ghana we kind of have that kind of free life. Not do whatever you want. That doesn't mean that people just run around in your house.
Yeah, because most time people are very good natured.
I want to ask you, because you did move here, and I feel like in Africa, Black people, they don't deal with race issues because everybody is Black mostly. I know there's white people there, but they're just there, So I kind of want to ask you, what do you think about racism? I know when we first got together, you thought I was crazy. I would get upset at like slave things, like the plantation. Remember we went there? And then I would notice when people were being racist and he wouldn't notice. And so it took years for him to acknowledge that it was even a thing here. But now it's all over the world. We can all see it. The whole world knows we're protesting against it. So I just kind of want to know, what do you think as far as
about Black people and we go to plantation and all that? But we've heard about slaves and what we.
Yeah, you were on the Let It Go crew.
Yeah, I was like, oh man,
let that
just
go.
Let it go.
Yes,
just let it go. But as time went on, I really did understand what the race relationship was and the racism. And it was, even where we lived in Kerry, and it was a kind of a
affluent area.
Yeah, kind of a urban area, but
not urban.
Yeah, kind of a mixed race, but I think it was a white.
It's very diverse. Everything in North Carolina really is diverse.
Yeah. So, but the race issue here is really, really.
It makes you roll your eyes.
Yeah, this is something else, But you won't notice until you live in here. Living here has opened my eyes to what racism in America has that big problem, and now it's even way worse with this current situation going on. But my thoughts were totally different from the race issue, But I have kind of learned very much as time went on.
Well, what do you think people should do?
Yeah, well, once you get here in America, race is a big thing. So your kind of lifestyle against the race, you might want to stay in your kind of lane a little bit. I know people like to make more friends and everything. They'll be friends with you, but it's not what you think. What you think they're thinking is not that. So race is a big issue here. So I think you should be kind of aware, especially if you're Black. And coming from Africa, because I think we live on.
You have no concept of it.
Yeah. You don't have any idea what it is. I guess now people do, but that's something that you should be very much aware of, and know how to, I'll say, know how to think of it and live by it. It's everywhere on the job site, even in places that you visit. I mean, that I would urge my Ghanaian friends and my black friends would go through a couple of things, but we still got some more for you. So we hope you like our video.
Yes.
And come back for more. Every week we're gonna bring you all the experiences we've been through for the past 10 years.
Well, some of it. I just think it's very important because right now the climate being what it is here, and there's so much interest in where you come from Ghana.
From Ghana, yeah.
I think that we see so many people leaving that I thought it would be good for us to share a perspective on staying. Right?
Exactly, yeah. So that at least people will know.